A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are good. So, in today's session, we are continuing with chapter 1, part A, that is communication skill. In this, we will discuss about session 3 and 4. So, what is session 3? Session 3 is your non-verbal communication. It is your session 3, non-verbal communication. What do you mean by non-verbal? In which we are not using any spoken or written part. We are communicating by using some face expression, by using some gestures, by using some postures, by using some tone, by any medium that is not related to written part or spoken part. That is known as the part of non-verbal communication, in which we can include touch, expression, gestures, postures, and eye contact. So it is the part of non-verbal communication. Now, what are the importance of non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communication has so many importance. Before discussing the importance, just go through these three important points. How it is important. 55% of people use the communication through body movement. 55% people will use the communication through how they are communicating by body movements. 38% people are communicating through voice and tones. 38% people are using the voice and tone method, while 7% people are using the words by using some words. 7% work is done by words. So out of 100%, 50% is through body movements, 38% is through voice and tone, and 7% is done by using some word that is in written form. So by looking this table, we can understand that much importance is given to the body movements expression and voice and tone expression. It means written communication is only 7% and rest is 93% part. That is the part of non-verbal communication. So advantages or importance we are discussing why it is important. First point, non-verbal communication is more important because it is the method that is helpful to make the message more effective. If we are presenting through face expression, gestures or postures, the effect of message will be more either than written communication. Second, more understandable audience reaction. While you are communicating by face expression, by using gestures or postures, you will find out the audience view. What the audience want to present, they are positive or they are negative about your views. So it is the best method in which you can on the same time find the react of audience, how they are giving the feedback. It means it will provide the react of audience on same time. And third one, it's a method that is used by any company or organization in a professionalism. It's a method that is used by the professionals and it presents your etiquettes, how you are behaving with the people. So equilibrium, it means professionalism or etiquettes, both are the method that are helpful for communicating by using the non-verbal communication. So these are the importance of non-verbal communication. Now how we can communicate, what is the use of these methods, we will discuss through points. So first part is that we can include in non-verbal communication, that is your gestures. What is the meaning of gesture? Just raising hand. If anybody asks, who knows the answer of this question and you are raising your hand, this is the expression of non-verbal communication. You are not speaking, you are presenting that you know the answer. For victory sign, we can use this point. So this is the expression of gestures. Next is expression form. Expression include your face expression. You are happy, you are sad, you are angry, you are not happy at the same time. This is the part of expression, like smiley face, sadness. These such things are included in the part of expressions. Next part that can be included in non-verbal, that is body language. What is included in body language? In body language, we can present postures by their feelings, their expression, how we are presenting ourselves. It means you are standing straight, you are sitting quiet, you are listening to someone, you are raising your hand, you are nodding, you are showing your attitude. These all things are included in a body language. How you are behaving. So these three are the major things that are included in non-verbal communication. Now come to the other part. More we can include our facial expression. Recently I told facial expression will present your aggressiveness, your sadness, your happiness. These are the part of your facial expressions. So it will present your surprise, anger, fear, sadness, happiness. And next is postures. Postures can be shown like keep your shoulder straight and body released. This is your posture. Or you can speak sit straight while raising your hand. Or it can be in a positive sense, you are presenting that you know the accurate answer. This is the part of postures. Next is gesture. In gesture, we are including the body language, how you are behaving. Next is touch. Handshake will present you are happy or not happy. If you are behaving with someone, you are in positive sense, your handshake process will be different. If you are behaving with someone you are not happy, in that case your handshake level will be different. Next part, space. So next part is space. What is space? Space means how much gap you are giving. If you are talking with someone boss, if you are talking with your boss, then there will be a particular gap between boss and client. If you are talking with a friend, there will be very less gap. It means both are on same level. So that is the space. Next part is eye contact. If you are contacting through proper eye contact, you are listening to the person, it means your expressions are good. If you are not interested in listening, your contact is not proper, it means your verbal communication represents that you are not happy. And paralanguage. Parallel language means to say, when you are talking to someone, when you are discussing with someone, what is your tone level? It is high pitch, it is slow pitch, it is as per required. That is your paralanguage, how you are presenting your views in front of others. That is the concept of paralanguage. So these all are included in the concept of non-verbal communication. Till now we have studied two types of communication, verbal and non-verbal. Right now we will discuss about third communication that can include the concept of visual communication. Visual communication includes that is presented through some graphics, maps, charts. It means that is in visual form, that is visible. The best example is that when you are moving on GT road, in GT road you are looking the red light signal. So everybody knows red light is for the stoppage of vehicle. Nobody will tell you have to stop here. So this type of communication is known as visual communication. If you are sitting, you are moving in any area where you need to be quiet, then a quiet sign will be there by lips on finger. So finger will be used for lips. So that is the concept of visual communication, in which expression is given on signboard. Like we are discussing about three lights. It is red light, it is yellow, and it is green light. If red light is there, then you have to stop. If orange is there, then you have to be ready for move. And if green is there, then you have to move. Nobody will tell you you have to stay, you have to stop, or you have to move. It is the example of visual communication. So this is about session 3rd. Next we are discussing about now session 4. Session 4, that is related to your communication cycle and importance of feedback. What is communication cycle? A process that will start and complete. Which steps are included in communication cycle? We will discuss by one diagram. For communication, one side sender will be there and one side receiver will be there. Now, how communication will be done? Sender will communicate with the receiver. Sender will communicate with receiver, and receiver will give reply in form of communication with the sender. That is in form of feedback. When communication there, it is in form of idea or some sharing. While when receiver will give revert back reply, it is in the form of feedback, that receiver is satisfied or not. So types of feedback we will discuss about. Before discussing the feedback part, there will be a proper communication between sender and receiver. Feedback is the major step. Without that, communication is not completed. Feedback, either it is positive, either it is negative, but it is required for a communication cycle. So, three types of feedback we are discussing: positive, negative, and third one is no feedback. One I have discussed positive feedback, second is negative feedback, and third one is that is no feedback. What is positive feedback? Positive means to say you are thinking positive, it means you are satisfied with the person. Like I give you an example, I noticed you finished the work perfectly, it's a great job, wonderful job. That is the example of positive feedback. Negative feedback represents like you keep forgetting in smile at hotel guest when you are talking to them, or you take really long time to reply. It means it presents your laziness. You are giving reply very late. It's a negative feedback. It's not a part of positive feedback. Positive means to say before time work is completed and boss speaks wonderful job, but in this boss is not satisfied. And third type of feedback, that is no feedback. In this, it is also a feedback that indicate that disagreement of idea. It means sender is not giving any response. It means he is not satisfied. It is the concept of negative feedback. So in this session we are discussing about types of feedback. Afterward we will discuss some steps that are related to feedback. For that, some concepts are required. How feedback should be, how we can give the feedback. So feedback always it will be in a polite form. Feedback should be specific. One is polite, second is specific, third is timely, and fourth one is that is offering continuous support. Continuous support. Step 1, whenever receiver is giving any feedback, it should be in a polite statement, it should be in a polite words, it should not be in an aggressive way. Second concept, specific. Feedback should be up to mark, it should be point to point, it should not be this much lengthy that there is no sense. It should be a meaningful feedback that should be specific. And timely means to say whenever it required it should be presented, it should not be delayed. If it is after requirement, then there is no use of feedback, so it should be timely. And what's the feedback you are giving, it should have a quality to offer someone. It means it will support to someone. If somebody is asked there about product, that my product is good or bad, and you are giving the feedback about that product, your feedback should be favorable for a company, it should be supportive for a company. If it is negative, either it is supportive, if it is positive, then again it is supportive. If negative feedback you are giving, it means you are telling the problem of product, so it is a negative feedback. So in this session we have studied about feedback part and how communication cycle is processed. In communication cycle, one sender will be there, one receiver will be there. Sender will put the message, receiver will give the reply in form of feedback. Now, what are the importance of feedback? Very first importance, it validates effective listening. We are discussing about topic now, importance of feedback. First importance, that is it validates effective listening. So the person provide feedback knows that they have been understood and their feedback provides some values. It means your feedback should be valid, it should have a specific value, it should be valuable. That is the first importance. Second importance that we are discussing, it should be motivating. It should be motivating. Either your feedback is negative, either it is positive, but it should motivate to the specific person who is the sender. And it is always there. It means every time you speak to the person, we communicate feedback. Definitely when we are talking with someone, we want our feedback, we are speaking positive or negative. And fourth point, that is it boosts learning. It increases your learning level. When somebody is giving the feedback, you should learn more about your product or about your quality. Because somebody will tell about your feedback part, so you can understand more. And last point, it improves in performance. Your performance level will be always improved if somebody is giving you the feedback. So these are some points that are related to the feedback concept in session 4. So in today's session we have covered about session 3 and session 4. In next session we will meet with next video with session 5, 6 and 7. Thank you. Have a nice day for this wonderful session. Thank you.